One of our students, Dylan, came into our coaching program at $0 a month, grew it to about $50,000 a month the last time I spoke to him, and now I speak to him again today, and you can watch the interview that I did with him, to $150,000 a month. His growth is exponentially growing. I want you guys to think about this really, really carefully. During this interview, imagine, he'll tell you how many clients he has, and imagine, take those clients and multiply it by the $197 or the $297 a month, and then compare it to what he's doing, which is $150,000 a month divided by the amount of clients he has, and you can see what his average ticket or value client actually is. And I still can't understand why people want to charge a lot of businesses $197 when you could charge a few businesses $1,500 to $3,000 a month. I don't get it, but in this interview, he also talks about how important it was that he didn't niche down in the beginning. He learned, implemented, learned who he loved to work with, and then only then did he capitalize on that one niche and became an expert in that niche. He followed the process to a T, and he's reaping the rewards. I hope you guys get a lot out of it. And if you're new to my channel, my name is James Bonnies. I'll do case study videos every once in a while. And most of the time I do new videos on Tuesday, and then I go live on Wednesdays. So I'll probably see you guys tomorrow night. So make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications on so you know when I go live and you know when I post new videos. And I hope you enjoy this and get a lot out of it. Real quick, I know it's been forever. I got your trophy here, so I'm going to send it over.
Sweet.
You can throw it on your, I don't know, wherever you want to throw it. So
Perfect.
So tell me, what's going on, man? The last time we talked, I feel like you were in like $50,000 a month or something, no?
I don't remember, honestly. No? It would have been somewhere between 50 and 100.
And now where are you?
150.
150. Nice.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the beginning. What did you do before joining us a couple years ago?
I was in the construction management industry. I was working for a general contractor doing commercial project estimation. I went to college for that, whatever else. Then before that, I was a welder, but I came from a completely different spot.
Well, I noticed that you have the Cairo consultant hat, so I'm assuming you've completely niched down.
Yep. Yeah,
now, were you always niched down?
No. When we started, obviously, my first 6 months of, let's call it, maybe 6 months. I was winging it. I was winging it hard, just like everyone else was. I actually dabbled with e-com a little bit. Anything I could do to get some work and try stuff out, I would do it. First, I think 6 months I didn't make a dime. Ended up meeting some people that were public speakers, did some work with them, and then that's what I kind of started stretching my legs a little more with them, learned a lot. And then, I kind of got my first client. I think my first client was from another public speaker buddy of mine. He's done well in the coaching space as well over the years, but he gave me one of his agency clients. It was a gym. And then, after that, I think we had gym. We had financial advisor, which I used LMV funnel for. Mm-hmm. Couple other things. And then, eventually we ended up trying out Cairo. But long story short, we were working. Anyone who would pay me, I would do the work.
Yeah, I mean, typically that a lot of people actually get stuck in the whole pick my niche thing. They could get stuck for years in that. Yeah. Matter of fact, most people will actually get stuck and never even get past that. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, what's the most profitable? They want to pick the perfect niche at the perfect time, and they just get stuck and paralyzed by analyzing everything. Yeah. And so, one of the best things and one of the most common things when I interviewing students or just anybody in this space is, everybody always says, like, I dabbled in multiple niches multiple times. So if anybody's watching this, like, don't pick your niche. Just go out there and make money, and then you'll figure it out. So how did you figure out how did you figure out chiropractors was going to be your, the niche that you scale in?
Yeah. Well, before I did any of this, I had already been seeing a chiropractor. So between working in the trades and then I think I started going to the gym around age 20. So between growing up in the trades and being a smaller guy, beat the crap out of my body growing up, and then beat the crap out of myself in the gym. So I had some lower back issues, still kind of do. So I saw a chiropractor and I got results and I understood it and I liked my chiropractor. He was a chill dude and he talked to me about entrepreneurship a little bit when I would be shooting the breeze with him. And then I also started seeing other people working with chiros, right? That was one of the original niches too, I would say, right? A lot of people getting success with it. So I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I'll try chiropractic. I did end up, by this time, I do have a business partner. We'd already partnered up by this time. And I was like, he was on the client-facing side, so sales and whatever else. I was on the fulfillment, and I was like, let's just start targeting chiros and try it. So we got our first chiropractor, did well with it, and then we did the typical 2-week free trial, give us a review strategy, and it worked. And basically ever since then, and that was, if I had to guess, I think our first chiro was like September of 2017. So about a year and change. And then we ended up picking up, we actually still have some from that first 2-week trial blast that are still with us today.
Wow.
And yeah, we just full sent at that point. We're like, well, it's a lot easier. It makes more sense. And obviously we got a brand and yeah, it just made sense. We found one that we liked, that we got results for, and we're like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. And so when it comes to like landing chiro clients, are you running the typical Facebook ad, or is it now all referrals?
Pretty much always been referrals. I have run ads off and on, maybe 2 or 3 times over the years, and we got success with it. We closed deals. But I think if I had to guess, I maybe spent 10 to 20K in ads over our lifetime. The rest has all been referrals, power partners. We've got a couple big coaches under our belt now as well that refer, and vice versa. So we really leaned into the power partner thing. And then on top of that, just giving a good referral deal to our existing clients. And we put all our eggs in the do a damn good job basket. And because of that, we've lived off referrals. Yeah. So
when you say power partner, so yeah, so like give me an example, like, because you mentioned that in the same sentence, coaches. So like, is it coaches that have coaching chiropractors who then kind of feed them to you to do the lead gen and the fulfillment type stuff?
Yeah, more or less. We have pretty much all the coaches we work with are other chiropractors who, coach. They'll coach on either technique. Some of them,
Gotcha.
Some of them will coach on sales. Some of them will coach on business mastery. Right. So it's just different coaches within the chiropractic niche that we ended up working with them in their clinics, because obviously they were more apt to looking for people that A, they could use, and B, that they could refer out as a value add type of thing. And that ended up kind of sticking.
And how many clients do you have?
Right now we have about, give or take, around 100 active accounts.
So you have 100. Are you selling, like, how the world is talking about selling software? Like it's like
SaaS? No.
SaaS, this whole SaaS shit.
No.
Because and like, imagine you were selling SaaS and charging $197 a month. I mean, what would that be? 19,000 a month,
I guess. Yeah.
197 times 100. 19 grand a month with 100 clients. I don't know if it'd be worth it, would it?
No. I mean, if you had it as like baked in, but when I started seeing people doing that, it was kind of like, okay, this just kind of seems like another way for me to charge my clients something else just for the hell of it.
Sure, of course, yeah.
I mean, sure, if you pitch it that way and you design it that way, power to you. But the way we kind of had it structured, like, that stuff's all quote unquote built in. Like, with our management fee, you're getting GHL, you're getting whatever else, and if people have success with that, that's great. But yeah, we've kept it. Our MO has keep it simple, keep it affordable, and generate damn good results. And people never leave, and they'll refer.
Yeah, 100%. So tell me about what are you doing for them? Are you doing paper? Are you doing everything, or is it a specialized service that you're doing?
Bit of everything. It is, I would still call it kind of specialized, but our initial contract, when people sign up with us, we do a 3-month deal. There's some price adjustments baked into that. And it's strategic because 3 months gives us time to do our thing. And with the discounts, it makes it really easy to get people profitable. Again, it's all long-term focused. We just think of everything long-term, having people stick.
Yeah.
So in that 3 months, it's really easy for us to get results. Facebook ads, obviously that's all Meta, Facebook, Insta, Google pay-per-click, which the basis, we actually do really damn well with pay-per-click in my opinion, at least for how much work we actually put into it. I run it all myself still, truth be told. I do 1 day a week, and I can go through all my accounts. And it was based off your guys' strategy. I got into pay-per-click because of you guys. Mm-hmm. Really thankful I did. But yeah, long story short, pay-per-click's involved in that, and that's all in our base contract. It's Meta, Google, but as of the last 12 and change months, we've been rolling out web development and SEO as well. So we're looking to scale on that side of things, and it's been going pretty well.
Yeah, and you can always go back, right, to your current clientele. I mean, it's just like free money.
We're selling it. We haven't even started pushing it yet. We've already been growing that, and literally clients have been asking us. That's how we started doing it. Clients were asking, we're like, let's just do it. It made sense, and we have a whole pool of clients that we'd be happy to offer it to, and more likely than not produce better results, because a lot of the time, when we see in our experience, a lot of the SEO work being done just isn't that great, and people just kind of pay blindly a lot of the time. And
it's hope. They pay for hope.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, like the back in the day, because I used to sell hope in the beginning, 2014, 15, I would just be like, I would sell it like crazy and charge a lot of money for it, and then I would come home and be like, oh man, why did I do that? Like, it was like, I remember when I was in when I was, for the 2 years that I owned a sporting goods store, it would get so busy that like people would walk in and be like, hey, I need, 40 uniforms, for our adult soccer team. And we were just so busy, we'd be like, fuck, like we don't want to do it. Like, just stop coming in the door. Because what happens is it just gets crazy. And then, then your other clients start suffering. Because then you're trying to catch up and all these things. Do you have like a good system in place? Like go all the way from onboarding and then what to do, checklists and SOPs and stuff like that?
Yeah, so we actually invested a lot of resources into that last year. We always had a little bit of something, over the years. Originally it was, what's it called, Trello, when it was like just me and my partner and another guy, and then it was Monday. And now, as of last year, we've been moved into ClickUp, which has been good. Definitely some growing pains with it for sure. But everything's in there now. We got the SOPs, we got the whole shebang. Yeah.
So what like do you have VAs that are doing a lot of like the back end work, or do you have actual?
Only two. We're a team of 11, including the 2 VAs. The rest is all onshore team members. And our VAs are great, and they do great work. And we're going to probably get a couple more. But yeah, for the most part, especially on the ad delivery side, we've been all local and people that I'm directly training myself. And yeah, again, just heavy focus. Not that VAs don't do good jobs or can't do good jobs. They obviously can. And again, ours do great work. But especially for at least the ad deliverable side, we wanted to make sure we could keep our product to as high a standard as possible.
Yeah, and that's good. And if you have, so you're averaging about $1,500 a month per chiropractor.
Yeah.
And they get the 3 services.
They get so that's the $1,500 covers our typical setup, which is Meta and Google pay-per-click, and then the tag-ons. But we do also offer upsell campaigns. So then, for example, we have someone running standard chiro, they want to throw in decompression, we'll throw that in for $750 a month for any additional campaign. Then SEO is case-by-case basis. The web build, obviously, case-by-case, and then SEO is case-by-case, depending on everything that it requires, right? So then that will be another tag-on type of thing there,
Yeah, a great way to increase the value per client.
Yeah, we're trying to push up our LTV that way,
But then you don't have to keep landing clients, you know what I mean?
It just landing them. Keeps it easy, man.
It keeps it easy. Plus, you go 100. People talk all the time about scaling, and it's like, at some point, and some people are not like this. Jason and I were like this. We wanted a lifestyle business. Yeah. I have investment properties. I have other income, and our agency was like, how do we do the least amount of work and make the most amount of money, right? Like, and for a lot of people watching this, are probably like, he's this lazy bastard, but like,
it's efficient.
You got some people have wives, families, like want to go on vacations, want to just have kind of like this lifestyle business. And if you're doing $150 a month and you're at 60-70% profit margins, you're dividing it by 2, and it's a pretty damn good life,
Absolutely. Yeah, we're of the same mindset. we're not trying to scale to the moon as far as like hundreds of clients. It sounds kind of like a nightmare if I'm being honest.
It does sound like a nightmare.
You know,
1,000%.
So I think we've done, and that's the thing. We've been slow and steady, and that's why the referral and power partner thing kind of worked. And because our churn is so low, we could afford that, and it's kept headaches very low, and it's kept clients very happy. And then now like we do see the web and SEO as a slightly more stress-free way to push scaling as opposed to ads. Ads are just nitty-gritty, a lot of work, and you got to make sure you're keeping up on it. So we are trying to use the SEO side as just, again, a way to push our lifetime value and use that as a way to scaling further. We are targeting around $200K per month-ish, as close as we can get to it by the end of the year. But similar thing, like it's nothing crazy. It's 9 to 5 is what we work, Monday to Friday. It's fine. And for the rest, we're chill. But similar type of thing, we're also invested in real estate. So those are the ways we're scaling outside of the agency. Don't want to have 50 person staff. Don't want to have 400 clients. Like no thanks.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about selling a coaching program for the chiropractor world?
I have thought about it, but I don't know if I want to do it.
Yeah. The marketers would eat it up. We'll just let you know. That's a big space where agencies would be like, and I'm not talking about like biz op agencies. I mean, or biz op offers. I mean, like to an existing agency who wants to go after chiropractors, and it's like, yo, you get all my SOPs, get all our whole process for $5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could add probably about
maybe I'd consider doing that once if we ever end up at a stage where we're pulling out,
right?
Or if we feel like we're not really trying to grow any further, then maybe I'd consider doing that.
But basically,
or if we sold.
Right. Yeah, I'm actually. Have you ever had an offer to sell?
We've had some soft offers, nothing crazy, but people have mentioned it, more so asking if we'd consider it or this and that, and it's definitely on the table. Maybe not right this moment, but who knows, within sometime between now and 5 years from now, depending how things are going, and if a good offer comes our way, we'd probably take it. But we'd also, again, we'd take our clients really seriously and making sure they're taken care of. So it would probably be some type of deal where we're at least hanging around for 12 months. And
sure.
Yeah, I'm sure most people would want to do that anyway. But yeah, we just want to make sure it's the right person and to know that our clients would be getting taken care of once we're gone.
Yeah. No, that's hard. The selling is hard because a lot of times people who are buying it, they want you to stay on for a year and then pay you a salary. And it's like, what, I'm going to pay a salary, or I can make like 5 times that if I just stay on.
Yeah,
it's a hard.
It's an interesting combo for sure. But we'll see. If we get tired, that'll be basically it. If we get tired, and again, if it's a big enough payout, if you could get a couple mil that you can go and invest right away, there's something to be said about that for sure. And it'll also depend on what we're doing on the outside, again, with like real estate, whatever. We are trying to scale real estate pretty hard, Airbnb, and Section 8s. If we get that to, I'd like to get that to around 100K per month net, ideally, before I would kind of think about it, which is super doable, especially with Airbnb. But yeah, it's a couple years out.
Yeah, that is some people know this. My ultimate goal is essentially make in real estate, and I don't mean like make in appreciation or the fact that I can like refi and pull $800,000 out, like where my passive income is equated to my day to day or month to month income. Yeah, and so I'm working my ass off to do the same thing. But like, for example, you mentioned Section 8, going off a little topic here, only because like for the last 8 days, I own a 6-family about 20 minutes from my house, and I had a 3 bedrooms and 3 1-bedrooms, and that city has Section 8 in it. You have to be careful of like who you bring in, because they can completely demolish the place. Yeah. And I'm turning it from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom, and it's like and I go there every day, and I'm like, fuck. Like, come on, guys, let's go. It's costing me $1,000 a day. We need to move. We need to move. Like, I'm gonna start spackling myself, and if I go there, if it's not done tonight when I go over there, I'm gonna literally spackle till midnight.
It's hard.
But Section 8 is an interesting thing. You just got to be careful. You own certain Section 8 properties?
Yeah, nothing crazy. We've got 2 right now. Technically had 3. One of
Single
them,
families or? Yeah.
Yeah, we're keeping it easy. We're buying under 80,000, ideally around 60, 70. Maybe throw 5, 10, 15 into it. Get a little forced appreciate, but then also try to get good top dollar 3-bed, 4-bed, single family. The one that we just did, it was really nice, and we put some work into it, and it looks great. But they literally just the beginning of this year in that neighborhood did tweak some things with Section 8 and the numbers and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So it kind of, and because we did so good on it from a forced appreciation standpoint, we're just selling it, and we're going to move the cash.
Now, where do you live? Forgot that.
I live in Ontario, Canada.
Okay, and so is this in Ontario?
No, America. That
yeah?
house was in St. Louis.
What, are you buying them over there? I always wondered how people do this. It doesn't make any...
Yeah.
Is your partner in America?
No, we just set up companies in America and purchase.
I have no idea. I bought a 78 unit in Ohio, and that was difficult to do.
Yeah.
But where was the last one you bought?
The last Section 8 I bought was that one. That was St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Yeah.
I don't. And what do you do? Like Zoom with your contractor to see like what they're.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's the craziest shit.
It's risky, but it's all about who you know at the end of the day. Like anything, right? Finding good communities, good groups of people, and then just taking a few stabs until it starts to work and
see what happens. I mean, listen. You know, you say you're in Canada, but since you're going to become the 51st state of the United States,
we'll see.
I had to throw that in there for everybody on here.
We'll see.
I actually just heard somebody from Ontario saying that they know all of Canada would never, but they want Ontario to like become like a province of the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things are so crazy with all that, and so many mixed emotions and opinions and this and that, especially now with the tariffs right now. Like, there's so much noise going on. It's just kind of like whatever.
Yo, you have no idea. We have people that'll come to a call that's interested in learning the business. And I don't know if, Kelsey's on here. I don't know if she has experienced this. But, like, the last, 2 weeks, people are like, yeah, I want to do it, but I need to wait to see what's going to happen with the economy. Like, these tariffs are scaring me. If food prices are going to go up, I don't know if I have enough money. It's like, shut the damn news off, for Christ's sake. Like, you're literally making decisions about something you have no control over, number one. And the last, whatever it was, Friday or Saturday, we had somebody that was supposed to come with a credit card on, I think, Saturday, and they emailed, whatever day it was where that whole Zelensky thing happened. And they're like, ever since what happened with Zelensky and Trump, I'm not moving forward. And we're like, yo, seriously, what is this world coming to? It's the craziest thing.
You got to keep moving. Like, I know it is scary, and you do want to be smart and whatever else, but, I mean, how many times are you going to hear it that the shaky times are when the magic happens, right?
I mean, it's been shaky times my whole life. I don't really understand.
Shaky forever. Yeah. Well, especially since, whatever,
COVID?
the C word, right? COVID. But I mean, our business went through that. We went to zero for a couple months because of COVID. And then guess what? From that 0 point, we went from that to 150 grand a month, right?
Life goes on.
A lot of people made a shit ton of money through that period.
Oh, yeah. So, it was bad. It was bad for us, too, because we were teaching people how to work with businesses that were closed. That didn't go over too well, as you can imagine. But you survived.
If you on that bandwagon, you could have got them, right? That's what we did with our clients. Like we I think we sat still for 2 months because everyone was closing. Some of them got forced closed. Yeah. And then as soon as we could, we're like, hey guys, like no one's running ads. If you're ready, like let's go. Yeah. And people just slowly, yep, and we crushed it. Like ads were crushing it. It was like back to the old days.
Yeah, like 15, 14, months. 16, 2016. Yeah. So as I wrap this up, you might not be able to remember back, but we get every day we get new people coming in. They want to start an agency, right? Where do you think the turning point was for you when it comes to because I ask this a lot with people, and I know my turning point where I went from just kind of trying it out to no, I could really take this big. Right. Do you remember what that turning point was? It when you chose your niche? Was it kind of when you saw other people doing it? What was that turning point to take you to 150 grand a month?
I think it was a constant evolution of turning points for me. I always kind of believed it. I think obviously mindset, people will hear this all the time, mindset is everything, and I've taken mindset seriously this whole journey, and I've invested a lot into learning mindset stuff from other people and whatever it may be, coaches. So I think it was just exposure and just believing, like asking yourself, what's it mean for you at that moment? Because at the beginning for me, it was 10K a month, right? Yeah. I was making like 40, 50 when I quit my job. Like, man, if I could make 10K a month sitting at home on my computer,
that's double.
Yeah. And that's easy, right? It's only 10K. You need how many clients at $1,500 a month? Two, right? 5 clients, 5 to 10 clients. Cool. And we just kept moving the bar, right? It was like, okay, it was me, and then it was like, oh, me and a partner. It's like, okay, so then we just got to make 20K a month.
Yep.
It's like, all right, well, now we see our margins. It's like if we just, and we see other guys, right? And we kind of grew up with the industry too. So, at the beginning, it was a 10K a month pitch. That's what everyone, including like you guys, were pushing. It was like 10K a month. And then from there, it was like, 50 kind of, and then all of a sudden, next thing you do, especially around COVID, it was the 100K a month pitch, right? Everyone's like, hit 100K, hit 100K. It was like, cool, everyone's doing this, and there's other people coaching it, and coaches have gotten me to here so far, so that means they'll probably get me to there too, as long as I do the work. So the bar just kind of kept moving, and then just adjusting my belief. And now, like, guys are always doing, and all the guys I watch and follow now that are my mentors are all at the $1 million a month mark, and either pushing forward or pushing past it. So it's like, okay, cool, there's a whole new benchmark now. And it's just, again, reframing your belief form of what's possible, and then fitting what, like you said, what do you want that to look like in your life? Is it lifestyle? It's like, do I want to hit $1 million a month? I mean, sure. Do I want to do the things that it'll take to get me there? We'll see.
Exactly.
Will I do that in the agency? Very unlikely.
Yeah.
But will I maybe do that with my portfolio as a whole one day? Maybe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, everything builds upon each other.
It just stacks.
Yeah. A lot of times people think that they need to make all of the money in this one business, when the reality is that as long as you just take the money you make in this business and you can keep it there, and then just move it into another business or investment properties or
portfolios,
flip it,
whatever.
Yeah.
And there's merit to every kind of strategy. If I was in a different agency model, I would maybe be more apt to do it. But given it's the local service business model, you just got to do so much volume. And again, I don't want to make a team that big. Exactly. Whereas I know some guys who do the high ticket, right? If you get in the high ticket space, I know guys who run ads for coaches who sell like 5 to 10K packages, whatever it may be, and they're making 100K a month per client.
Yeah.
So guess what? 10 clients, you're making $1 million a month.
Yep.
And that's their pitch, and that's what they do, and they do it repeatedly. So, you can do it in one vertical easily, but it's just, what game are you looking to play? And of course, to do that, you got to be really damn good. Like, those guys really know what they're doing.
Yeah, you can make it to the top. That's for sure. Not in this business. No. The results, you have to get results, and if you can't get results,
focus on results. 100%.
Sweet, man. Well, I'm glad we got you started. Like, I know Ty Lopez kind of opened up your eyes to it, but I'm glad you got a lot out of us. I'm glad to see you're still sticking around. Because I think that members need to see and be motivated by people who are doing big things, and you've definitely proven that over the years, doing big things. And who knows, maybe the next 2 years you'll tell me that you sold it for $5 million. Never know.
See. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you just got to stick to it. You got to believe. You got to focus on just doing really damn good work. And again, that's all we've focused on. And not burning bridges, right? When you do really good work and just provide that good value, people will refer you out, and just keep sticking to it. And then as the market evolves, as you evolve, just keep focusing on how can I just do more for my clients as time goes on. And it's pretty much impossible to not grow when you're doing that. It might take a while. Again, like, some guys got to 100K per month inside of 12 months. I know some guys who did it in 6 months because they hammered ads. Yeah. But most of those guys either quit and became coaches, or they sold their agency. And most of them not successfully. I only know like 1 or 2 people who did that successfully out of all the thousands of us who do this, right? So then if you're not planning to do those things, and you are planning to build an actual business where you have people in it and whatever else, just slow and steady grind and just do good work.
Slow and steady. I love how people want to make all the money in the first 90 days. It's like,
no.
Or you could just keep working your 9 to 5 and then wish that you started 5 years ago. So
it's really in this whole time span, it's only been the past 2 years where I'm really like making money that's actually hitting my personal accounts now. Yeah. Right? It took a minute, but now it's like far outweighing
what it would have
anything
been.
prior, right? It's not even
Yeah.
close.
That's awesome. Patience is a, it's a huge asset. So you got that. So, all right, man, I got to jump on my next one. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
As always, I'm glad I was able to get you back on. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
See you
Anytime,
around.
dude.
All right, man.
Take care.
Have a good one. Peace.
Peace.